Hello everybody, welcome to IT Skills channel. On the last time, we were able to go ahead and actually build a new server. Now, we're going to be doing the same thing, but this time we're going to be building a new MDT server, Microsoft Deployment Toolkit server. And we're going to do that with a couple of the help of a couple of things. So the server is ready, it's fine, and you can look at the command prompt. We can see the host name, IP. We're remoting the server right now. This is running on Nutanix. If you wanted to know, this server is running on our Nutanix environment, which is, I'm not logged into it right now. It is, that's the server, MDT03. It's all great. So the server is running on our Nutanix environment, which is over here. And I'm happy with it so far. I'm happy with it. And now we're ready to provision MDT. We already have an MDT server, but we don't like it because it was our test server. We're gonna make it a nice MDT server, and I'm gonna increase the memory and everything else. But for now, let's get this started. So let's come over here. And the first thing first I'm gonna do is I'm gonna need to get a script. I have a script already. I need to get that script basically copied. So I need to go back to the, all right, so now, and I'm gonna now copy this script over here. This is called MDT main. I have a lot of scripts in there. I'm gonna copy into this server over here, and I'm gonna run this script from under my downloads. So we're gonna paste it here. This is what the script will do. MDT setup main. We're gonna run this script to get ahead setup MDT. On the script in detail, it does a lot of nice things, and we can view the script what it does later on in detail. But right now, it's gonna actually get us to go ahead and develop it. I like to give credit to where it's due by this person named Mike. So he actually made the script. It goes ahead and deploy doing MDT creation, like deploy setup MDT for you. It's gonna go ahead and actually ask you the language, the build name, deploy share name, domain, everything. It does everything for you, and if you have WSUS and everything. So it's really nice. Thank you for making this handy script. So now let's go ahead and actually do it. So the script is ready. I'm gonna go ahead. Obviously, in this case, I'm gonna need to run PowerShell as administrator. So PowerShell run as administrator. Yes, now we're gonna go ahead, cd colon users R9 documents downloads rather. So we're in here now. If we do dir, we're gonna see so many descriptors. That's the name one. We're gonna do cd that backslash mdt, and then mdt now dir. We can see that's the script in there, and then we're gonna now do that backslash mdt setup, and then we're gonna hit enter. So it says here, would you like to begin installing MDT, Microsoft Deployment Tool Installation? Heck, we do want that. So we're gonna hit yes, and I'm gonna make this full screen. So I'm gonna hit yes. The next thing is gonna ask us enter the version, the Windows version and update that you would like to be deployed. This version is unique. So in this case, I'm gonna be going ahead and actually call it, and I do probably need to download the Windows version, Windows ISO. So you can actually make this easy for me. But let me go ahead and do that actually. I need to get the Windows 7 ISO because later on this will be needed. Later on this will be needed. Here is the ISO, and I'm gonna put this under here for now. I know it's copying, so it's gonna take probably a time. Maybe I should just download it from there. But this will be needed in it's very detrimental to it. While it's copying, let's come here, come back here. I'm gonna do Win1123H2. That's what it is. We're gonna hit enter. Do you want to download and convert the Windows image to Vim? Yes. Before we do this though, another thing we're gonna do is, because I hate to go ahead and actually redo this, I'm gonna take a snapshot of it. One of the things Nutanix is good of is you can take a snapshot or clone it, whatever you want. So I'm gonna take a snapshot. Just name it before MDT install, so that way we can go back and restart it where we left off. That's what we're gonna do. And then this is the VM updating. That's error out, but the snapshot should be good. That snapshot is good. It's 100% created. It's good. Now, if you click on here, we can take a look at our VM snapshot. It's right here. It's great. Now, do you want to do deploy Windows 11? Yes. Now you want to, what's the language? EIN-US. That's our language, English US. Now it says here, do we want to build a gold image using Win or choosing No, we'll set up MDT with a single deployment share just to deploy Windows. I'm gonna hit yes. I will do two share deployment shares, build share and then deployment share. What do you want to call your build share? It's gonna be under F colon F drive. So it's gonna be calling under. It's too slow right now. My VM needs more memory. More memory, please. So we're gonna come over here, put it under F share, and then I'm just gonna call it 2024 ITKY. So that's what we're gonna do. We have a build share and deploy share. So now what he wants me to do is he's gonna want me to go ahead and get the build share. It's gonna be under this drive over here. So we're gonna copy this. Boom. That's our build share. Now, hold on. Enter the name of the build share. So the name should be the default. Hit enter. And then we're gonna have deploy share. So the deploy share, same thing. I stopped copying. Damn it. Windows. Anyways, we're gonna need to do this any one way or another. So let's come over here to deploy share. We're gonna go ahead and actually hit enter. And then we're gonna hit enter for the name. Time zone, Eastern Standard Time. That's a time zone. Keyboard locale. Enter the keyboard default for Windows is this. I'm gonna hit and enter for the default. And then the deployment in EN English US, that US for the language. Deployment for Windows, hit enter. Now enter the group, the group domain group to be used for MDT deployment administrator. So I do have a deployment group, but let me go back and access this real quick. We're gonna need to log back in here real quick. Now let's come over here to the domain. We have a couple of things. We have MDT devices, MDT servers. Let's create a new the central office. We have the main. So the main we have service account, MDT01. I believe this is the domain admin. Yes. Group is gonna be, I'm just gonna create a new OU, call it MDT, ITKY MDT, MDT. Oh, we already have that group already. MDT, okay, not creative at all over there. So ITKY MDT group, and then I'm gonna create a folder called a new OU called MDTs, MDT server, and then all this shenanigan of MDT goes in here. So this goes here, yes. Let's go ahead, ITKY MDTs. So this one is the one I need to move to main office, MDT new server, boom. So now I can go ahead, grab that MDT new group. Oh, it's frozen. The directory tool just crashed. So now we got MDT group, and then we're gonna make this one users. A member R9, administrators, SVC, MDT, 01. So that's all the users that's a part of this group right now. All right, let's go back forward. Enter the domain admin domain group to be used for MDT. So it's gonna be ITKY, MDT, new group. I don't like that name. It seems so basic. MDT group. I should just make it something, maybe MDT 2024 or so. As that group is just doesn't MDT 2024. So that's what we're gonna choose, MDT 2025. So that way it's gonna be something more productive. Now we're gonna hit enter. Now enter the domain user to be used to add a PC to the admin, to the domain. I'm just gonna say in this one, ITKY.MDT01. That's the user we're gonna be using. And I'm gonna hit enter, enter the password. This is all well thought out. So let me go ahead and supply the password. I'm gonna have to generate some random password. Random password. Okay. I don't like this password stuff, but we're gonna go ahead and make it easy one. And then we're gonna copy this one. In production one, we use our internal password generation, password management tool, but for this one, it's all right. We're gonna do what we gotta do, and then we're gonna put in our password, new password here. That's still not long enough, actually. Need to make it super long. There you go, that's better. And then we're gonna need to reset this user password to this, boom, boom. Next, we're gonna need to copy this password in here for now. I'm just name this one, put in here, MDT service pass. So that's it. So that's something I'm just making a note. Now we can copy this password in there, and we're gonna be everything's gonna be easy then. It won't let me type copy in. That would be bummer. It did let me copy in. Make sure there's no forward spacing. So now hit enter. Enter the domain ithky.org. Now enter the full AD path for newly created computers. So we're gonna come over here, go back to our domain computer. And so the groups we have to remember, we have different groups. So I'm gonna show you right now. This is the ones we're gonna choose. So if you look at here, I'm gonna get this right click here, and then I'm gonna come over here. Actually, I need to show advanced future so we can get the OU path. So come over here, main office, MDT new server. That's that. We're gonna come over here to properties, project attributes, distinguish name is what you're looking for. We're gonna come over here, boom. Now we're gonna hit paste that in. Oops, it didn't copy. I forget. We're gonna need to somehow DP into that server from here. So let's come over here because I don't want to type that in. ITKY DC05 or DC02, really. Anyone. Inside that VM. Now let's come over here to main office, refresh for a little bit, click here. Do I have advanced feature up? Should be. No, I don't. View, advanced feature, come over here, properties, and then come over here to this, copy, minimize. We can actually put it right here. Oops, it still did not copy. What is this? What are we doing here? About now? Well, I might have to do something here. I know that's what it is, but can we move it to other screen? Interesting. We're gonna need to figure out what is what. Why can we not copy? We're gonna need to get in here security info, connection info is fine. We're gonna have to do this the hard way, but it's gonna be server OU. We're gonna just make a share quickly on the C drive, and then we're gonna call this one share, advanced sharing. Yes, everyone is fine for now. And then quickly trying to get this information across, and then that's fine. And then we're gonna drop this in here. Use how we can map that share. We can just do this itky dc02 slash script dc02. Let me get the whole full share name. Let's come over here, script one, sharing. Oh, I thought this is the one I shared. Slow. It's very slow. It's so slow. I was trying to get the full share name. I may have to do it by IP. Okay, let's do something else though, real quick. Let's minimize this. I'm gonna do this run TKY. I'm in the meeting. Go back upstairs. Close the door. It doesn't matter. Go. Aisha, don't start with me on here. So this is the one we wanted. Here's what we needed. Boom. So we're trying to just improvise here, and we did that. Now we can go ahead, erase and copy the distinguish there. There you go. So now we're back. Hit enter. Do you use what do you sus? Not at the moment. It says here, this is what we got, what we're gonna do. And if we're happy with this, we can hit yes. If we're not happy with this, we can say no. I'm happy with it. I'm gonna hit yes. And so you should download the media creation tool, and then we'll see what happens, what it does. We'll monitor this over here. Media creation tool requires user interaction. Use this key to download the creation tool. This is the ISO. Let's put the key in there for now. It says here, choose the creation media, then the ISO option to download the file. Please save the ISO file to the same folder that contains the script. Otherwise, the script will fail. Oh, interesting. So I gotta download the media creation for server. Let me go ahead and find out how to get to that. So we need to definitely go to network drive and find out the ISO for the MDT server, the old MDT server. This is the old one, I believe. Windows 11 is this one. So we're gonna need to go ahead and actually do this the right way. So we're gonna go to downloads or here. We're gonna go to the properties, sharing, advanced sharing. We're gonna share this MDT02 downloads. Now let's go to the map drive. All right, we're gonna then copy off Windows 11. Here it is. We're gonna paste this. We're gonna copy it onto here actually. or whatever the script was. Where is the script at? So we're gonna put this in here, copying the ISO. Once it's done, then we will follow the steps. So the media creation is done. What is it saying? Media creation requires user interaction. It does do that. So here it's a user interaction. Is that the product key? No, that's not it. So we're gonna need to go ahead and actually put the product key in here. Next, we're gonna say ISO, and then we're gonna choose our Windows ISO. The here, click in here. So now it's downloading the Windows 7. So once this is done, then we should be able to see the rest of it. It did specifically ask for the ISO to be in the same folder as the script. So we're saving that, and we're gonna go finish it up. What do you guys do? Tell your mom about it. I'm doing something. Tell your mom about it. So it's done. We're gonna now hit finish, and that's where the ISO is at anyway. So let's come over here, finish, and then this thing should do something next. It says enter the ISO file you downloaded. Enter the name of the ISO file that you downloaded. So the ISO file name we downloaded is gonna be called Windows 11 Pro. So let's go here, and it's gonna be just called this one. This is it. That ISO. All right. So now hit enter. It's gonna do download the installers, and it's gonna finish making the deployment share and build share for us. So this is it. This is the final saloon. I know we took a while back to get this to where it's supposed to be like this, but it's just we wanted to make sure that we got everything organized, set up properly for us. So this should make it happen though. So you can see it's downloading the Windows ADK. It's installing Windows ADK, which is a requirement. And I don't like to, if you're doing this manually, you can. But if there's something better out there, then I would say we need to use a better product. This MDT tool has been out here for a while, and I still think it has a use case for it, especially if you don't have a nice software deployment tool like SCCM. So this is going to be good. He's downloading the ADK WinPE. This is a lot of prerequisites he has to do. And to make this video shorter, probably I'm gonna skip some things. These prerequisites are gonna take some time. They're slow to download and install, so we have to be patient. Now it's finally installing MDT, as you can see here. It says it's also installing a patch. It says there's also the folder already exists, so that could be a problem. This is my problem. Basically, I actually end up making duplicate stuff, so hopefully it won't break what we did to work hard on. So because doing this again, we can if we wanted to, but it's just it will be a shame to go back to doing it from the beginning. But that's the type of thing you deal with when you're dealing with making technical documentation slash video. You end up sometimes needing to go back to just in time restore, so it will work for you. Copying the source file, converting ESD to WIM file. Another thing you got to do when you're dealing with the manual one is you have to look for the WIM file, and Microsoft don't do WIM file anymore, so it's a lot of process involved. I'll pause the video. Once it's done, we'll come back, but we're here. We need to be all the way here, so that's the progress tracker. Check 1, 2, checking. We're still waiting for the process. It's gonna take some time. We're this over here now and halfway there, so we're gonna be done soon. While it's doing that, let me show you something while we're here. If you go back to the deployment share, I have I created two folder, so you can see them being written over with something. You see that? That means it's doing its job. And this is the build share. So we're doing the build share so far. We didn't start the deployment share, so the build share is almost done. And then later on, we're gonna have the deployment share also done. Once it's done, then we're good to go. We're probably gonna run into the same error message over here, where he actually said the folder already exists, and I expect that error to happen again whenever he's done with this. So although it's gonna be a little bit wait, still way better than doing it manually, 100%. We'll come back whenever it's done. This part is done. We're still not done the rest of it. You can see it's now copying the file from that source installation WIM to our build share. And then after that, we're still gonna have to do the deployment share. So we got about 30 minutes left. This is the longest one. And so far, we're almost close into an hour. But I did do a lot of, that wasn't necessary. So I'm gonna cut those things out. Maybe we can make it 30 minutes steps, 98%. All right, next is updating the build share and generating boot media. It's doing cleanup. Then we're gonna get into deployment share, which is our most important. Another one I'm gonna pause because it could be for a while. We are rushing it, but we're gonna need to just be patiently waiting. I'll be back when it's done. We're about to get closer to the end over here. It's doing the deployment share. This arrow you see right here, first one is about the name already exists. The second one, same thing. The name already exists. So I kind of jump ahead and named them deployment share and then build share. And that's why it was trying to make the same name and it was unable to do so. So instead, it just said, I can't do it. I can't make a new item via PowerShell, new item folder. So in this case, it just said it already exists. But we're unmounting the whim. Once that's done, we should be able to get a update the deployment share, and then we should be able to say success. But yeah, the whole automated process to get it done. So you can see here is completed and finished. Boom. We processed one file, failed one. So we did not have any failures. And first thing is first, we need to go to the control panel. You can see the control panel. We got a couple things installation. We got Windows deployment toolkit, and then Windows admin also, and we got an MDT installed just now. And then on top of that, if you go to the deployment workbench, you can see that that's the MDT. But if you look at the shares, you can see the share is used. It's called MDT share. I named it that, and then here's a deploy, the build share, and here's the deploy share. And you can see here we have our scripting, our services. It's all cool. Now, let me go ahead open MDT. So come over here. You can come into the deployment toolkit and open the workbench. And I hit yes, it should open, and then we can interact with it. So here the new MDT, you're gonna come over here, and then we can see our deploy is there, and then that's our build. So I'm gonna just focus on the deploy right now. First thing you're gonna see is operating system is nothing, and then we got a couple of drivers. We got the packages, and we got task sequence. Interesting. So you didn't do any of that for a little bit. It should have done it. You got the operating system over here, and then we got it's mostly doing this for the build one. So you can see you got the task sequence, you got everything else. And that's our deployment over there. So what I'm gonna do is that first things first, I'm gonna go ahead, import, create a folder, and then put in operating system. So I'm gonna create Windows 7. That's the first thing is first. And then we're gonna create Windows Server 2022. But yeah, this is the end of this video actually. We need to stop it because it's already 1 hour. The next video, we're gonna go ahead and configure MDT from scratch. That's what we're gonna make that video. So until then, I'll see you next time.